Welcome to my podcast. I am a manifestation and mindset coach. If you want to sign up for courses coming soon, or you want to sign up for one-on-one coaching or anything else on my website, that will be in the description below. I teach anything from spirituality all the way to law of attraction and manifestation. And I also deep dive in the science behind it and also the more woo-woo side of it as well. If you are interested in signing up for any of those things, you can visit me at my website, and welcome to the podcast. So if you hear a squishy sound, it's my jacket. It's very cold here. You can actually see your breath. So I felt really called to do a podcast. I know my podcasts are different times every day, but I gotta do it when I'm called to do it. That's just how I am. I don't do videos or podcasts when I'm not in a good energy space or I don't feel really that creative at that time. And I want to give you guys the best information and whatnot when I'm in my best energy. So I felt called to do a podcast, kind of going back to the basics of manifestation. So that way it can be more simplified for you. I do teach this deeper in my courses and one-on-one coaching. If you are interested, that will be linked down below. And I will have a challenge coming soon as well. Once people start signing up for stuff. So we are basically doing manifestation one-on-one, back to basics today for the episode. So I kind of wanted to give you like steps of manifestation and where you should start. And I'm going to explain why I have them the way they are ordered, because it's very important, and I will tell you in the end why and explain throughout why as well. So the first thing about manifestation is that you need to get clear on what you want. You need to figure out what is most important to you. And then I suggest not, like, if you're a beginner, not to do everything at once, because that will clutter your mind even more, because your mind is already cluttered, but it's cluttered with, like, if you have limited beliefs and stuff like that. So I would get clear on what you want, and I would start with one thing and then work your way up. It's called the ladder effect. It's where you kind of climb the ladder slowly, and then once you start to get momentum is when you can start implementing all the things at once. That is the most easiest for people. I mean, you can do what you want. You have free will. You create your own reality, but I'm just giving you the basics, the steps that will help you so you don't have resistance or anxiety around this. Okay, so number two, you need to, after you get clear on what you want, I suggest also you need to go on a mental diet. And with this mental diet, you meditate, you listen to anything that uplifts you, motivational speaking, affirmations, positive self-development podcasts like this one. Maybe look into courses like mine or other people's, things like that. That will help you, because that will help your mind create new neural pathways, because you are learning something new, basically. You're listening to something different, so that will create new neurons in your brain. So the third one, I know I said this in the last one, but affirmations. I would start listening to affirmations in the morning and at night, and you can also repeat them as well. It's better if you repeat them, because you're hearing your own voice say it, and it's making you feel good by saying it yourself. It's just like looking in the mirror, basically, kind of, for an example, like looking in the mirror and telling yourself you're beautiful. So when you do these affirmations for whatever it is, abundance, love, anxiety, personal growth, because they're all over YouTube, or new beginnings. If they're ones that, it's where you could say it with the person, that is really good. But if you just listen to them like at night, what I do is I still listen to affirmations every day, or I say, I'm starting to say my own too, which is really good when you get to that point. But yeah, so affirmations are really good. They do help you. They make you feel better. They help you become positive, and not like the fake positive either. It's just, positive, like good. And that's the whole point of this, is to feel good. And then essentially that will help you shift into a new reality. Okay. So number 4, go for walks in the nature, or just go for a walk. This helps you release dopamines in your brain and serotonin, and really it just makes you feel good. Like, if you are on an antidepressant and it makes you feel normal and good, and it gives you like extra dopamine, walking does the same thing for you. So if you walk even 10 minutes a day, it will help release that, and it helps anxiety, it helps stress, it helps panic attacks, it helps all kinds of things. And if you do it barefoot, like earthing, that has a lot of health benefits to it as well, especially in sand or grass. Okay, so number 5 is start creating new habits throughout the day. Like, I know we're home right now, but like, start sitting in a different chair, for example, or start, if you don't make your bed, start making your bed. If you meditate, try meditating in different spots in your house or in your yard. Don't do the same things every day. I actually have to start doing this one myself, because I'm starting to get into the habit of doing the same thing every day again. And it's hard when you're home all the time too. It's not, well, I'm not going to say it's hard, because anything that you say is hard, it manifests into your life, but you know what I mean. Okay, so number 6 is observe what your thoughts are, that surround any limitations. And then once you start, like, when you're doing mindless things, start picking up on what your thoughts are surrounding the things that you want, what limitations are around that. Figure out why you are feeling this, okay? And, work through it, obviously, because we don't just jump around here. We work through our stuff. Work through that. Figure it out. If you have to dump it in a journal, dump it in a journal. Get an extra journal for all the things that you are having limitations with. Write it all down. Figure out why, and then in the next journal, you can write, reverse it with positive affirmations, strong ones. If you want to learn more about affirmations or specific affirmations, I do that in my coaching as well. So yeah, that will really help you too, is to like work through your limitations. And the reason why I have it at this part of the steps is because you want to work on the other things first. Get your mind a little bit in the right area, at the right level, at more of a positive level, because then when you're working on the limitations, you're already at a high frequency. So when you're working on that, you're not going to get at a lower frequency. You're going to be like, oh, okay, let's work on this, let's work on that. And, you'll really feel good about working on it and figuring out why. So that's why I left it at that step, because you want to do the smaller things first, get your, your vibrations high at a higher level, at a higher frequency, and align with the things that you want and just feel good about yourself first, because we want to work on our inner stuff before, you know what I mean? Get our minds right, basically. And then figure out why you have those limitations. So, number 7, last but not least, is script every night before bed. And I don't mean scripting as in like regular journaling. That I mean scripting as in like putting affirmations in the scripting, and then put a little piece in there about what you want, and then end it off with more affirmations. This changed my life, and I learned this from another creator, and it completely changed my entire life. I don't want to take full credit for this because, every coach that teaches, every guru that teaches, they learned it from somebody else, and then they start coming up with their own ideas as well. And this really, really changed my life. But scripting, you can start scripting. I know I left it at the last one, but you can start scripting at any time. It's the best time though, honestly, is to do it when you're feeling good, right before bed. So that way, when you are writing these things, you are putting it in the subconscious mind right before you go to sleep, which is like a meditative state, akin to sleep. And you're putting it obviously in your conscious mind, and then it goes when you go to sleep in your subconscious, and your subconscious is what creates your reality and what functions everything, essentially. So there's things that you might not even know that's in your subconscious mind till something comes up and triggers you, or you start working on these limitations and you understand why you have those limitations, and then you flip it and then it goes into your subconscious mind. It creates new neural pathways, and at the end of the day, it makes you feel so good. Like, I script every night. Right now, all my journals are in boxes, and I've been using like little post-it notes and putting them everywhere in my room. And when you script, do it as it's in the present moment. Like you have it already. I have, things like that. And you can also use everything is, but don't do anything in past tense. Don't make it sound like you want or need or desire it. Make it sound like you already have that thing, like you're declaring it, like it's yours, okay? Because you're creating your own reality. Yes, the universe has a lot to do with it, but it's also that you're just shifting your own energy. You're doing the work, the universe is helping you. So you need to make it sound like, bitch, this is mine. I already got this. Like that type of attitude. And I really think, honestly, you can do scripting at any time, but the best time is to do it is when you're in a good mood and right before bed. When I first started scripting, when I started to go on my mental diet and everything else, and I got somebody's courses and some coaching and stuff like that, I was doing it in a way where little things were happening here and there, but nothing big. Like, I got $200 in 2 days and, little things like that. But when I started implementing this type of scripting, everything started to flow into my life. I mean, I manifested my trip I went on. I've manifested almost $4,000 this year. Actually, more than that. Actually, like 10,000 in the last 6 months. And I also, actually, it's been 4 months. 4 months. In the last 4 months, I've gotten like $10,000. And I also manifested moving this house, the number we're getting, all kinds of stuff. I manifested that. And usually it takes a while, but it's coming quickly, easily, and effortlessly. That's another thing you need to use. When you're doing affirmations, always put like, everything is unfolding for me in the most harmonious ways, easily, quickly, and effortlessly. Because that will, it's not necessarily giving it a time, like an actual day or anything like that. And you can do that too, because Jim Carrey did that with a $10 million check, and he got it exactly, like, he found out he was getting it 2 days before the day that he put the date, and then he got it on that day. So you can do that too, but I mean, you can do that, yeah. I personally never tried like an exact day, so I can't really like say if it worked or not. But when you put things like that, it does flow into your life so much quicker and easy, and yeah, it just flows in your life so much quicker. Another thing that I did gain this year is that one of my videos went viral, which I manifested as well. So yeah, like, I've gained so much over the years. And almost like a year and a half ago to 2 years ago now, actually about 2 years ago, the one night I was standing out on the porch, and this was when my husband, like 6 months after my husband had passed, I was just on my porch, and I was just kind of like really going through it with my mind, thinking about him and stuff. And I was like, baby, I really need my dad in my life right now, because my dad's been kind of in and out. And about 3 months later, when I went to go see my grandfather, I got in contact with my father. So I gained that as well. And not only the things, like the objects, the material, I also gained happiness, positivity, feeling good about myself, loving myself, having confidence, you know, getting through the grief process, all kinds of things I've gotten through, and I can really help people who have lost somebody with confidence. That's what I do in my coaching, is I teach anything that person needs help with. I have experience in so many different things. And like my website, like I created that entire website myself, pictures and all, video on there, everything. Like if you go look at my website, I did all the branding. I did the website. I put all the wording in there and the pictures. So I'm very multi-talented, okay, and gifted, I guess you could say. And I've been through quite a bit in my life, and I can really help people hone in on the things that they thought they were powerless over, okay? And that's, like, honest to God, in my heart of hearts, soul of soul, all I ever wanted to do was help people, but I couldn't at the time that I wanted to, and now I can. So if you are interested in gaining any of this, confidence, learning just the basics of manifestation, grieving, scripting, affirmations, or just needing to talk to somebody and gain control of your life and just want to feel whole and happy, I provide one-on-one coaching. You can go to my website. It's always down below in the description, and I'm pretty sure it's linked on the Anchor app. You can also press, if you are on the website, like through Google instead of the app, you can also go on support creator, and you can support the podcast as well if it resonates. You don't have to, but I do, I love putting out my time to help people and just give you as much content as I can, so you don't have to search all over the internet for answers. And that's why I'm creating the courses, and that's why I am doing the one-on-one coaching, because I can help you gain so much in just 1 week. But you have to stay disciplined. You know, you have to stay on it. You can't just 1 week and then that's it. You have to stay disciplined and diligent with your thoughts, and you know, you're not always going to be happy, and you can still manifest even at a neutral state. And that's another thing I talk deeply about as well. So if you are interested, please go to my website and sign up. I am going to get going now. I send you so much love and light, and I intend you have a wonderful day. All right, guys. Talk to you later.